Sasuke over the past couple of episodes has turned into a complete meme, so in this video I will be brainstorming ways where Sasuke can actually get stronger. But now, in all seriousness, I have been getting a lot of comments and also tweets pretty much asking me if it's possible that Sasuke would probably get a karma seal. Now, in my opinion, I feel like the process of learning the karma seal would probably be a big thing for Sasuke, and I feel like the thing that would probably impact Sasuke a lot more would be to take a Rinnegan from Urashiki Otsutsuki's body. Now, here's the thing. Specifically, I will be talking about the yellow Rinnegan, and of course, the yellow Rinnegan is unlike the regular Rinnegan. We don't necessarily know a lot about it, but one thing that we do kind of know is that it saves a lot of chakra. If you guys recall, Momoshiki had this exact same Rinnegan, and when Momoshiki was not using the Rinnegan, it was yellow, but when he was using it, it was red. Now, we don't necessarily know if this is going to be the exact same thing with Urashiki's Rinnegan, but from a lot of the things that we have seen, the yellow Byakugans, the yellow Rinnegan, of course the final form, this can possibly be the exact same thing. So I'll be speaking if this is the exact same Rinnegan that Momoshiki had when he was using it. Now, unlike the regular Rinnegan, where the Rinnegan pretty much always eats up a lot of chakra, this Rinnegan seems to conserve a lot of chakra. And of course, one of the biggest problems about Sasuke as of right now, a reason why he turned into a meme, is that he can never really regain his chakra. And of course, the yellow Rinnegan would probably help him out a lot with that. So a real quick spoiler for some of you guys who don't necessarily read the manga, in the manga Sasuke still only has one Rinnegan, so the possibility of Sasuke implanting another Rinnegan on top of the Rinnegan that he always has, that's pretty much a very small possibility. But one thing that I will say, it's very possible that Sasuke takes Urashiki's Rinnegan and stores it somewhere in his body, so when he needs to use that Rinnegan, it would pretty much be by him at all times. And of course, there's a parallel to this when Obito himself stole a lot of Sharingans. He probably has like dozens of Sharingans still cooped up in the lab somewhere. Some of you guys might be able to update me on the whereabouts of that, but when him and Itachi pretty much massacred all of the Uchihas, he stored a lot of Sharingans and they were still viable years later. So I'm pretty sure this could possibly be the same thing with Urashiki's Rinnegan if Sasuke does choose to do something like that. There's a lot of upsides to this, and of course there's a little downside to this, but the history of people taking dojutsu that's not theirs and also not from their clan is really shaky. For example, if you guys remember, Kakashi had a Sharingan from Obito. It wasn't his and it wasn't from his clan, and his chakra reserves throughout the whole series was absolute garbage. I wouldn't necessarily worry about Sasuke having any of these side effects if it was a regular Rinnegan. I'm kind of worried, mainly because this Rinnegan that Urashiki has, if Sasuke were to steal the yellow Rinnegan or even the red Rinnegan, those Rinnegans seems to be pretty much tailored to the Otsutsuki clan and only them alone. So I'm kind of worried about that a little bit, just a tiny bit. Now, to round out the downsides of Sasuke possibly stealing Urashiki Otsutsuki's Rinnegan is there could possibly be other Otsutsuki members that want to hunt down Sasuke for the Rinnegan. Because we don't really understand the Otsutsuki clan yet, even though we're getting a lot of information by the day, but because we're not necessarily there yet, we don't really know how much these Otsutsuki members value these dojutsus. What we do know is that majority of the Otsutsuki members, they want to obtain power, and of course by obtaining dojutsus they in turn would obtain a lot of power. So it's possible that other Otsutsuki members, as I said, might say, hey, here's this regular mortal that has an Otsutsuki dojutsu, we should go take it. Now, that could possibly be very much trouble for Sasuke, even though we think that Sasuke himself, full power, especially with another Rinnegan, could most likely kill a lot of Otsutsuki members. There could possibly be some Otsutsuki members that could cause a big problem in the Hidden Leaf Village and in the ninja world period. I think that right there would definitely be something that we should keep an eye on if this scenario actually does come through to fruition. Now, the practicality of how Sasuke is probably going to use the Rinnegan pretty much rests largely about what the Rinnegan can actually do. Now, just judging by Urashiki's past Rinnegan abilities, we could possibly say the yellow Rinnegan specifically can possibly do the exact same things that Urashiki was able to do with his past Rinnegans, but also add on top the base Rinnegan abilities. For example, absorbing chakra, of course the push and pull, snatch people's souls, has the ability to judge people, just the random broken stuff that the Rinnegan can naturally do. Now, this is going to be a tough video for my anime only watchers, but of course I'm going to dive a little bit more deeper into the manga and pretty much spoil a little bit more, but hopefully you guys are all manga readers here. I do want to talk about the manga mainly because the only fight that Sasuke truly lost that I can actually remember when he's not weakened, when he's not nerfed, a lot of people like to call it, is against Jigen, or Isshiki Otsutsuki, if you guys want to call him that. Sasuke and Naruto actually truly lost that battle, man, because Isshiki Otsutsuki was the stronger character. Now, this was largely because they couldn't see the attacks coming. Jigen pretty much shrunk things down extremely small and then opened them up super fast. Now, of course, what we understand, Urashiki's ability from one of his Rinnegans is one, pretty much a disappearing act, and two, he could pretty much slow down time and react to things a lot better, or in words of Urashiki, he can see the future, quote unquote. Now, if this was the situation, Naruto and Sasuke would not have been sustaining these large impaling attacks from these rods that absorb chakra from Jigen. Sasuke and Naruto, or probably not Naruto, but Sasuke himself would have been relatively healthy for a lot of this, mainly because he would have seen those attacks coming. And because Sasuke would have been healthy, he would have pretty much been a lot more prepared to fight against final form Jigen, and of course that Jigen pretty much absolutely destroyed and crushed Naruto and Sasuke, partly because they were weakened from the rods that they couldn't see coming, and also those rods were also absorbing chakra from both of them. Sasuke versus a character like Momoshiki Otsutsuki would be a body bag, man, because taijutsu would be a wash. He knows exactly what you're gonna do before you do it, and he could pretty much make the exact perfect reaction to what you're gonna do. You're pretty much never gonna catch Sasuke off guard, and oh yeah, with a blink of an eye, Sasuke could just disappear and you just see these red butterflies come out of nowhere. Sasuke would still have his Mangekyo Sharingan abilities, he would still have the Susanoo, he would still have Amaterasu, man, because even without any eyes period, Shisui still had his Mangekyo Sharingan abilities as well. And ladies and gentlemen, I can't even imagine if Sasuke would keep his original Rinnegan in and just put the other Rinnegan in his other eye. Like, think about all of that on top of having the ability to teleport and just the ungodly genjutsu that could possibly come from two Rinnegans. Like, I'm not even trying to think about that. I mean, I don't want to say that Urashiki's Rinnegan will make Sasuke invincible, but if it walks like a duck and looks like a duck, now for being completely honest, I think the Naruto writers would still find a way to nerf Sasuke. Now, as I spoke about before, the manga pretty much tells us all. The manga tells us the future, essentially. Now, we've seen Sasuke come into a contact with Jigen, and as I said, he did not have Urashiki's Rinnegan. Now, does that mean definitively that Sasuke did not take Urashiki's Rinnegan? Of course not. It could have been a possibility where Sasuke didn't really think that he would come into contact with anybody like Jigen. For example, when Sasuke entered the Otsutsuki dimension that he didn't even know existed before, he pretty much was completely caught off guard when he seen Jigen enter. In fact, he didn't even try to approach Jigen when Jigen did enter that dimension. He was pretty much hiding. Now, of course, you could say that he was trying to gather up a lot of intel, and of course, that would definitely be a very true thing, but the fact still stands, Sasuke was definitely not prepared to fight off against another Otsutsuki member like Isshiki Otsutsuki or Jigen. Real quick, I do want to touch on the possibility of Sasuke getting Karma Seal, mainly because that's the kind of original idea behind my whole theory of Sasuke possibly obtaining Urashiki's Rinnegan. Sasuke getting a Karma Seal would probably not be anything too crazy at first. One of the biggest things that we have to understand is that we don't necessarily know a lot of the abilities of the Karma Seal in general. What we know is we have a baseline about the Rinnegan. That's why I think the Rinnegan theory is a little bit more interesting. Another thing is the fact that Sasuke would have to learn a lot of the things about the Karma Seal, mainly because he can't necessarily do a lot of the abilities off of the rip. Unlike the Rinnegan, where you pretty much know a lot of the abilities, and also Sasuke is already familiar with the Rinnegan. Sasuke, much like Boruto and Kawaki, he'd have to get familiar, and of course he'd have to understand or pretty much learn how to even activate the thing. Now, the long term for it to get to that point, absolutely, the Karma Seal would definitely be a huge help to Sasuke, mainly because it would make him faster, stronger, and of course easily absorb a lot more chakra. What we've seen from Sasuke, particularly with absorbing chakra, he has the ability to do so, but he can't necessarily absorb large amounts of chakra. That could possibly be because Sasuke only has one Rinnegan, but we've seen before Momoshiki attacked the Hidden Leaf Village, Momoshiki pretty much made a huge, and I mean absolutely huge, I think it was like a tailed beast bomb or something like that, and Sasuke didn't want no parts of that, did not want to even attempt to absorb something like that. So of course the Karma Seal would definitely help out Sasuke tremendously, but I think in terms of immediate impact, the Rinnegan would definitely be that. The Rinnegan would be the best option for Sasuke. But I do know what you guys think about this in the comment section below. I really want to make this theory video, mainly because just the idea of Sasuke obtaining another Rinnegan was just absolutely too entertaining for me not to talk about in the video and get your guys' opinion about Sasuke possibly obtaining Urashiki's Rinnegan. But of course, on the other hand, I want you guys to tell me if you guys think that Sasuke getting the Karma Seal could possibly be better. In my opinion, as I spoke about, my thing is just instant impact. The Rinnegan would definitely be that, but of course, long-term success and long-term stability, the Karma still can possibly be the way to go for Sasuke. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section below. It's been your boy Baara, and we out.
Check my clock, I can't stop. Fuck around, make my 40 pop. No popcorn, I pop pistols. Reaming my body, clothing no issue. Bitch, you look sick, you need a tissue. You drop a body, I just might bless you. I'm metrosexual, no high cholesterol. Where's Jenny Craig? Bitch, just get sexual.